This is the entrance to that other park I was just talking about. The information I got about the oldest part of the city wall was on another YouTube channel by, all I can call him is Willet's World. I'm not sure of his name, but his channel's called Willet's World. He's an English guy, I think. And like I said before, he does all the history. He looks it all up and he knows, and he actually stated that this was part of the city wall. Now, I've never noticed this plaque before, so that might... I don't need any verification, because he said it, I'm sure it's true. And it's not in English anyway. But this mound was part of the original wall. I don't know why this park isn't as popular as one over the road. It's a lot cooler. Just a stream running through the middle. But yeah, all this mound on the left is the wall, or was. But you don't see any, or I haven't seen yet, any bricks like over the road. You can see how peaceful it is. It's a really nice place to walk, and it's cool as well. Temperatures dropped by about 10 degrees coming over here. That needs cleaning out. Get rid of the sludge. I'm still looking for a gimbal. I've got the phone on a, I suppose you'd call it a selfie stick, so that's why it's a bit jittery. Well, I don't want to pay a lot of money for one. I've got an expensive one back home that was kindly given as a Christmas present. I'm stupid, I forgot to pack it. I had it on the settee as well, ready to go. I used to sell those as house plants, can't remember the name. I worked for a company in England. Expensive they were as well. Walk through the tunnel of love. This would have all been loaded with pot plants. Again with the flower festival. Ah, look what we find here. Evidence of the brickwork. Well, thank you, Mr. Willet's World. The times I've walked through here and I didn't know about that being the old city wall. Look at that. So if you want to know the history of the temples and more, very interesting. He did one on Lampoon I watched the other week. I'm going to go down there next week on the bike. It's only about 26 kilometres, so Another guy on YouTube, Walkabout Wayne, he lives in Chiang Mai. He went down there and did a good video. Bit worried about him the other week. I hadn't heard from him for 3 weeks, and he just bought a new motorbike, and I thought, oh, I hope he hasn't had an accident. Anyway, came back on the other day, and he'd had some virus, so wish you well there, Wayne. You know, when you walk through the woods back home, the smell of the leaves and the veg is fantastic, isn't it? Yeah, look at that, there's a original wall. That's why I didn't do very well at school, I think. I used to walk around with my ears closed and my eyes shut. Because I've walked in this park at least a dozen times just to get away from the heat. And I never knew part of the wall existed in here. I would have walked straight past it like it wasn't there. It's hidden there behind all those ferns. Every now and again it pops out. It's like when you walk around in England or Britain, all the castles, you know, the old walls that have been there for centuries. Jeez. Most of the gardeners are ladies or girls. Must be digging. I wonder if they've done a archaeological dig there. No other reason they'd have done it, I can't think. No sign of any of the bricks in there though. Must be hard with all the tree roots as well. Careful not to cut them and kill the trees. It's a pity all these plants have gone over. I won't go down here, it's only the toilets and I don't... walk back round the other side. Had a nice meal last night, a little bit spicy, tom yum soup with squid and shrimp. Well, they weren't shrimp, they were, we'd say prawns, but about as big as your middle finger, nice, very tasty, with rice and vegetables. Got talking to a Thai retired lawyer. Interesting man. And an American guy called Dennis, who told me the Queen of England was related to George Washington. Is that true? I don't think so. He wasn't keen on poor old Biden. I think he was a supporter of old Donald, my mate. I like Donald. Says it how it is. I wonder why. No, I'm not going to go into that. I think America missed a chance with him for another 4 years. Although he did make a few stupid remarks on the old COVID rubbish, but of course he's not rich. I was told by a couple of American guys about 5 years ago in Chiang Mai. He ain't got any money, he said. He's lucky if he's got 3 million quid. Ha. Is it true? Admit it, Donald. Wouldn't you just love to be walking through here right now? It's gorgeous. Nice temperature, quiet. And believe it or not, just over there, over those shacks, they're selling oranges, if I remember rightly. That's the main road to the airport. You can hear the traffic, but it's still a peaceful place. Well, there's only about 3 people in here altogether. Me being one. Oh, this is annoying because I want to see both sides of this. See if there's any English in there. Ah, here we are, look. Difficult for you to see. The outer city wall. The outer city wall is a crescent-shaped earthen rampart enveloping the inner wall and moat. The outer wall starts near Chang Sri Poom, excuse the pronunciation, propitious corner at the northeastern point of the inner city. It runs along, I'm not even going to try with these Thai words, then westward to link up with the inner wall at another place at the southwest corner of the inner city. 5 gates, what used to exist in the outer wall, I'm not even going to mention those. Evidence shows that the outer wall was built later than the inner wall to strengthen the city defence on the south. The remains of the fortress of 11 metres high and an earthen rampart of 8 metres high can still be seen. There's a map. It's not very clear, I'm afraid, but best I can do with the sunshine. This grass is interesting. It's not like our stuff back in Blighty. It's like it's a creeper on the ground. So there you go. That's the outer city wall. Now, I watch YouTube all the time and I love to follow people who travel. I mean, I'm a lazy devil. I like to travel, but I don't I just take it as it comes. And I found out a lot of information, as I've just proven, of other people who've actually spent time doing the homework. And it's good. I look on this part with a different idea now. I just thought it was just a bit of wasteland they'd tarted up, but it isn't. It's very historic. No. That's all in Thai, so I can't tell you what that says. Traffic going past, well, Airport Plaza, which is a big shopping mall. I like to go and eat. and I'm sure I will get round to it. Yeah, it's clear and that does. Well, there's a couple of friends of mine, one American, Sal, and one Canadian, Sam. I bet you wish you were here, guys. Sorry, lads. Gotta rub it in. Oh, there you go, folks. If you're in Chiang Mai, remember to pay this place a visit. Nice place to chill out for an hour or so, if you're so inclined. Or go to the other side of the road into the park and get your exercises. Nearly broke my neck on this thing. It stops vehicles coming in. Nearly stopped me. Oh yeah, archaeological notes on outer wall. Yeah, oh yeah, excavations were conducted twice in 96 and 97. And in 2019, the 7th Regional Office Fine Arts Chiang Mai. Ah, so they have been doing a dig. It said it had been severely flooded over the centuries, blah, blah, blah. Thick layer of sand. The sand layer was a brown, black clay layer with traces of holes to bury wooden pillars, which were assumed to be poles for housing. There was a dense community of the Lana culture. Lots of places in Chiang Mai, what I understand, they call it Lana, because obviously that, I think, is the old name for Chiang Mai. But if you're in Thailand or you're thinking of coming, do not miss Chiang Mai. It's an amazing place. You get the new and you get the old. I've walked the whole perimeter of that moat lots and lots of times. Well worth doing as well. And if I can do it at my age, I'm sure you youngsters can. Anyway, that'll make 2 videos.